Translate him. Okay, les di las instrucciones ahí abajo en el vestidor. You had your instructions downstairs. Remember, keep your punches up, suban los golpes, both your trunks a little high. El legal blows here. Ahora, dense la mano, shake hands, and good luck to both of you gentlemen.
Except for Harold Letterman, this is not going to be a legendary night of HBO boxing, but we will get a chance to watch Floyd Mayweather Jr. and his skills.
Sosa with a strong, athletic body and may have more than the listed half-inch in height over Floyd Mayweather.
The belts, I need one of the belts. We're going to hold it for you for a second for me.
Not understanding the delay here at this moment. Referee looking for a title belt. What's
Over
that
here.
all about?
Maestro. Chucker, hand it over, please. Ready, Floyd? Listo, Victoriano.
Taking a belt to a neutral corner. All right. I got it. Now the fight begins. Mayweather in the gray trunks with black trim. Sosa in the black with gold.
Sometimes boxing is like that box of candy that fella talked about. You never know what you're going to get. No matter what you think, it's still a punching match.
Well, that's been the way it is this year, that's for sure.
Floyd, who admits that his last fight was something of a bore against Castillo, is obviously determined from the way he's come out to make something sensational happen.
It's going to be rough for Floyd Mayweather to do anything devastating because he's a boxer. Really a counter puncher. He likes for you to take the initiative, and he cleans up afterwards. I mean, if he tries to overstep those boundaries, he can get himself in trouble. Tonight, he should attack as a man, attack his man for about 3 or 4 rounds, then make him come in. Then he can do what he needs to do.
And there goes Floyd, following George's instructions and going forward to attack Sosa after Sosa landed against him. Mayweather smiling now as he jabs to Sosa's body. He says that his questionable performance in the first fight against Jose Luis Castillo a year ago, a fight which earned a decision for Mayweather, but which some ringside observers thought should have gone to Castillo, was affected by a shoulder rotator cuff injury. Now he's totally healthy and ready to fight at his best.
That's why his opponent is jabbing him on his shoulder.
Mayweather slipping a punch and countering with a right hand across the top.
If I heard my opponent was going to have had something done to his shoulder or something, I would jab him on it. I'd hit him on it. Make him really rethink his attack. And Mayweather's smart now. He's jabbing to the body. This guy's allowing him, Sosa's allowing him to jab him and not do anything about it. You don't want a guy to jab you in the pit of your stomach for 3 rounds.
Mayweather says that Sosa's a guy who makes mistakes and will leave openings. He thinks he ought to be able to take advantage of one of those mistakes to do something spectacular sometime in the fight.
Don't push his head down. Stop. Sube la cabeza. Don't push his head down. Let's go.
Uncharacteristic of Mayweather to throw so many haymakers this early in a fight.
That's what he's got to do. Get so far ahead on the points that his man get careless to try to catch him, and then he can get him a knockout.
Sosa coming in, Mayweather with a quick little left hook inside. Fires the left hook again. Sosa chopping him with the right hand. Right hand inside by Mayweather, backs Sosa off. Left hook drives him into the ropes. 2 good blows by Mayweather. Sosa yells, come on. Round 1 comes to a close. Some offensive bursts by pretty boy Floyd.
Take your time. You're the best out there. Take your time. Keep fighting smart. Go get him out of there.
Beautiful.
You already proved what you got already. He don't want no more of that. Keep them out of there. Spin your butt.
¿Cómo te sientes?
Está bien, está bien, está bien. Cógeme aire hondo. He can't stand out and wait. Aire hondo. He's got to make the pace. Don't wait on this guy. Aire hondo. Santo. When he
Left hand that Floyd took well at the end of a combination. Good action round, the first round.
Floyd Mayweather landing 16 out of 39 in the first round, and there's another stiff right hand across the top. Sosa 7 out of 33 in that round. Mayweather, despite all of his quickness and speed, does not tend to throw a lot of punches in a round. Like Roy Jones, he waits for his opportunities and then delivers a burst and then waits again.
Stop.
Mayweather's going back to his counter punch. Waits till the guy throw his little shot, and he does his little thing. You gotta win the first round if you really want to be an effective counter puncher. First, second, and third round big.
To make the opponent come to you.
Yeah, so you can then sucker him in. If you just lay back and wait, it can be a rough night.
Sosa reaching with the right hand, makes contact, tries to follow in.
Hands are free, punch. Oh, stop, break, let's go.
Mayweather got touched a little bit by one of Sosa's shots that time. It really kind of got him blinking.
Stop, break, get out of there.
Three-punch combination by Sosa. Double left hook and a right hand. Mayweather sticking one jab at a time. Sosa bangs Mayweather's shoulder, as George suggested he should.
I would. I'd do it all night. I've heard he's got problems with his shoulder. Keep going back to the shoulder.
And that is the shoulder that had the rotator cuff problem. Mayweather's jabbing shoulder. Now there's a right and a left for Mayweather and another right hand over the top. Mayweather's confidence growing as he lands and now complaining to the referee that Sosa got him low.
The second time he's complained, the referee has ignored both complaints. The champion has to be prepared for an opponent to come in at maybe 125% as good as he's ever been before, because that's how some fight challenges are going to be.
Mayweather goes right back with that jab to the body again.
I should say 25% better than you've seen before.
Good counter right hand by Mayweather, and he tries to follow again by attacking. That time feinted with the right, fired the left. Another pretty good round for Floyd Mayweather. Next Saturday, Boxing After Dark returns with two intriguing fights. One, the long-awaited cruiserweight matchup between champion Vasily Girov and challenger James Toney. This on-again, off-again fight promises to bring passion, with the winner eyeing the omnipresent Roy Jones, the man for all divisions. Also on the Jones hit list, the other fight, light heavyweights Antonio Tarver and Montel Griffin. Tarver's been calling out Jones regularly for years, and Griffin, of course, was the winner in that disqualification loss, which is the only negative on Jones's record. HBO, for 30 years, building legends one round at a time.
Some rough stuff, followed by an overhand right as Mayweather continues to load up on punches.
All right, handle your business. Showtime.
Very precise. According to CompuBox numbers, Mayweather has thrown 39 punches in the first round and 39 punches in the second round, landing at an almost 50% clip.
Mayweather's been able to hit Sosa with some hard shots that hadn't shown any effects at this point. That's got to be something to go back to the corner and think about. If you're Mayweather, Sosa can take his best shot.
Looks that way.
And Mayweather doesn't usually invest hard shots to the body.
Now Sosa leads with the right hand to the body. Slips Mayweather's jab, but doesn't get anything done. And goes back to the body again.
This is the fight that Mayweather loves to be in. He backs away, throws shots to the body, and keep a circle movement. He can win fights like this. He loves it.
And you can see Mayweather staying off the ropes. He pauses at the ropes there, but manages to duck away. So far, Sosa hasn't been able to pin Mayweather against the ropes for any extended period of time.
It's been a long time since Mayweather had someone to press him like that with mean intentions. He goes to the chest and to the body like one of those seasoned veterans.
Wonder why boxing is exhausting and why such enormous conditioning is required. Look at the overall movement of Sosa's body as he goes in. Sosa trying to wiggle every cell in the body to present an elusive target to Mayweather as he goes after it.
You can't miss Sosa if you're Mayweather now. The body is there, the chest is there. Forget about the head.
Over the top miss for Sosa. Again, he bobs in. Having trouble telling whether there's a little cut in Sosa's right eyebrow. Something on the front of the beads of blood, but it might be sweat.
Mayweather's hopping with that left jab now as he moves around. Good jab in boxing. Good fighter. This guy had been promoted in the same fashion he's been knocked around by certain people. He really gets some recognition.
Now a flurry for Sosa as he momentarily pins Mayweather in close quarters.
His promoter, George, is the same guy who promoted Oscar De La Hoya. Mayweather just didn't accept it.
So now I've figured out what I thought was a cut. The gold sequins are coming off of Sosa's trunks one by one, and as they land and nestle on his body and on Mayweather's body, they tend to look momentarily like blood.
That's Sosa's moving those shoulders back and forward. Coming in with a rhythm.
He's giving a spirited challenge, but not yet an effective one.
He works well. Hit him one round at a time. Beat him up. Used to be in that ring. He did all the work, so he used to be in that ring. This ain't nothing but the gym. You know, people out here, ain't but the gym. They're paying to see the talent. It's all.
Guys, you can use water, that's fine, but I need you to clean it up, okay? ¿Todo bien, Victoriano? Sí.
Keep punching underneath. Hey, no stopping. No stopping. Mucho.
Seca, Juan, ya seca, Juan, seca.
Hey, he's hitting here, no problema. Keep hitting.
Yeah.
Él no tiene nada. Sí, pues. Él no tiene nada. Ese título tiene que irse para Santana.
CompuBox numbers through 3 rounds of a scheduled 12. Mayweather's thrown 49 jabs and landed 27 of them. Sosa's thrown almost the same number, 46, and is credited with landing only 4. Harold, how do you have it, 2-3?
Okay, Jim. 30-27, 3 rounds to nothing. Floyd Mayweather Jr. Jim, I gotta tell you, he's got Victoriano Sosa looking for the left hand, and then he wraps him with that straight right hand lead. I think Floyd's just getting into better punches, making Sosa chase him. Now, 2 things I gotta talk about. Number 1, the belt. Okay? If Sosa were to win the fight, he's entitled to a belt. You don't make up a belt before a fight, so the commissioner holds Floyd's belt, gives it to Sosa if he wins on loan. So that's what that's all about. The second thing is that the gloves. Floyd Mayweather insisted on a Japanese glove called Winning. Eric Morales uses the same glove. It's supposedly good to protect the guy with bad hands.
And Sosa landed a straight right hand across the top, flush on Mayweather's face, while Harold was finishing all of that up. Mayweather popping the jab in Sosa's face, but Sosa has not been discouraged at all by Mayweather's greater effectiveness in the first 3 rounds.
Mayweather can just get at home with that jab. That's what he hasn't been able to do thus far. Land consistently with that left jab. If he does, good night, Irene.
Boy, good counter right hand by Mayweather. Sosa took it and fired back a right hand of his own.
That was a big-time exchange.
Mayweather grazing Sosa.
That's the jab that Mayweather want to work.
Absolutely.
Left jab. If he can get that going, he brought it all about by going to the body with his left jab in the first few rounds.
Well, according to CompuBox, he's throwing about 20 jabs per round. Landing about half of them. There's a big right hand
hurt
by Victoriano Sosa. Big right hand.
That hurt.
Mayweather misses with the left hook. Sosa swelling around the right eye, but at no time has he appeared stunned by Mayweather's power.
Stop. Let's go.
You just can't follow a guy around just because he looks small. That fella can punch Mayweather. You don't follow him around, you're like a spider, get caught into his web.
Excellent jab by Mayweather, right on the point of the chin. Good right uppercut inside. Oh, what a quick right hand by Mayweather, and Sosa continues to walk through the power shots.
That's the big surprise for Mayweather tonight, that this guy can take these shots and keep coming back.
Because that was the kind of punch you don't see, but he walked right through it anyway.
Stop.
Mayweather's smart. When he throws that lead right hand, he throws his whole body in case he misses you. The action has to stop.
Good quick left hand by Mayweather as Sosa came in. And again, the left hook lands for Mayweather. Sosa's a bear for combat tonight, but Mayweather's tattooing him with accurate punching.
Handle your business. Keep him in a hard jab. Put grease on his face, a little bit grease on his face.
Everything cool, son? Yep. All right.
Grease on his face. Keep him in a hard jab, keep him in the jab. Break him down slow. One round at a time.
Seca, Juan. Cógeme aire. ¿Cómo te sientes? Sí. Oye, Tantico, si tú no combinas 5 o 6 golpes, tú no te vas a ser campeón.
Tantico, Sammy Sosa está mirando la pelea.
Oíste, Sammy que está ahí. Tú tienes que ser campeón del mundo. Oíste, vamos a llevarnos ese título para Chicago. Vamos. Y después...
Mayweather may not always have an unerring instinct for doing the right thing before and after fights, but during the fights, he sure does have an unerring instinct.
You talk about getting the jab going, George. By CompuBox numbers in that round, Mayweather landed 17 out of 25 jabs, 68%. That's brutal.
That's what he's been looking for all night, get that jab going.
On the other hand, you were pointing to the monitor while they worked on Floyd Mayweather's right eye between rounds. What'd you see?
I think there's a little scratch there that he better be careful with. A little scratch could turn into a cut. He doesn't want to get into many exchanges with jabs. You want to jab and step away so the guy doesn't hit you on the side of the face anymore.
Sosa was chopping away at Mayweather along the ropes and almost fell backward himself. Looked like he lost his balance.
And Sosa's trying to wait, keeps catching those jabs so he can get a right over top of Mayweather, and that's you don't want to do. Just throw the right. You don't wait.
It's very hard to hit Mayweather clean very often with the right because of how beautifully he uses his forward shoulder, the left shoulder, for defense. Almost a lost art.
It's interesting. Sosa is cast as the attacker here, and for the most part, he's got to come forward. But every once in a while, he'll counter the counterpuncher and show that he can do it too.
That's what he's trying now with Mayweather's left jab, but he gets the worst of it.
Watch your heads, la cabeza, los dos. Watch your heads, gentlemen.
Fighting Mayweather, you want him to come to you. Doesn't do well when he's going forward.
He got in a good right hand to the body there.
He's moving backwards. He's at home there.
Let him go. Stop this, Victoriano.
Well, in order to get him to come to you, you'd have to be ahead on the scorecards.
That's right. That's right.
And only one fighter's been close to that. That was Jose Luis Castillo. There's a good left hook by Sosa. Mayweather protecting his body. Sosa comes back upstairs. Mayweather still protecting the body with the right arm. Doesn't want to give up that left hook to the body that so many Latino fighters favor. Good popping jab by Mayweather. And again, he's got the body carefully protected.
Mayweather's taking command of the pocket himself now. He's not stepping back, staying in the middle of the rope, even out on his defense. Just plotting, let the other guy do it.
Of course, Floyd grew up in a fighting family. His father and both of his uncles, all of them successful professional fighters. Right hand by Sosa. He thinks he hurt Mayweather, trying to go to the body. Floyd bounces in place as if to say, I'm fine.
He's not fine.
La toalla abajo, Juan. Ponme la toalla abajo.
As if to say, where am I?
Pónmela abajo. Good round, baby. Ábrela abajo. ¿Cómo te sientes? Venga otra vez. This is necessary. Ahí está. Okay. Hágalo. Hey, round 6. Okay? Hop over. Necessary you. Mucho attacking.
Down here. All right? No more work down there. Take the most steam out of that.
All right, no problem.
Take the most steam out of it.
I'll give you your shots a little more.
Sosa has gotten in a few clean punches like that one, but there was a bit of a push in an open or semi-open glove. He didn't hit him real clean.
Power shots in round 5. Sosa threw 44, landing only 7, but that was more than Mayweather landed, 5 out of 13. Mayweather contenting himself to land 12 of 18 jabs in the round and using that to help dominate the pocket, as George says. Sosa thought he hurt him at the end of the round, and he comes back to the same point and starts talking to Mayweather as he goes after him.
He hurt Mayweather with a right hand just there in that exchange. His right hands are really finding themselves home for Sosa.
And I'll tell you what, the more he pounds on that left shoulder, the less Mayweather uses his left hand.
That's a fact of the matter tonight. You don't know why you're not using it if you're the fighter. It just doesn't come. When Mayweather backs up, that's when the trouble starts. You got to stay in there with this guy if you're Mayweather.
Those in Fresno who ventured out to buy a ticket and coming to the fight, seeing perhaps more entertainment than might have been expected.
Nice and relax. Let's go.
You see how effective Mayweather is if he doesn't move backwards now? Keep command of the middle of the ring. Only when he steps back, Sosa gets the spirit to throw a left hook and a right hand.
Little lull here now as Sosa seems to want to rest up following the assault at the end of the last round and the beginning of this one.
He just doesn't have a clue to what to do when Mayweather's not backing away.
And now Mayweather continues to go forward and press the action against Sosa.
You see the absence of the right hand by Sosa only because Mayweather's not moving at all backwards.
So Sosa won't fire the right hand until he sees Mayweather's lead foot going
That's
backward.
right. That's exactly what he's doing. Mayweather stands his ground, find the right foot as his pivot, doesn't back up. When he does, he's going to pay.
Now there's the 1-2 by a braver Sosa. And as these middle rounds go by, slowly, imperceptibly, Sosa is beginning to throw many more punches than Mayweather.
He's staying closer. Mayweather's not away. Now Mayweather's backing up, so that's when the trouble starts for Mayweather.
By this point in the fight, Mayweather's thrown 217 punches. Sosa's thrown 280. And in the early rounds, it was more or less even.
Mayweather hasn't thrown a good combination since the 3rd round.
And is that a reflection of the caution that Sosa has forced into him?
No, he's just going for one shot at a time. He's throwing power shot, power jab, power right hand every now and then.
Oh, big left hook by Sosa and a counter left hook by Mayweather and a big conversation to end the round. We've got a fight in Fresno.
Okay. Primero.
Te voy a poner el brazo fuerte para que te
Right hand.
Pero tiene que no te vale, ahorita se van a la mano, ¿eh?
Okay. Necessary. Primero. Okay. Double, the left hand. Down,
Okay.
up.
Despiértame.
And mucho.
Vamos.
Okay, that's it.
Fighting smart. Keep fighting smart. You win every round. We got to touch him down here a little bit more. All right? Take a little more chance to the body. Take a little more chance to the body. All right? Make him weight shot. Bring him back downstairs.
The English voice in Sosa's corner is Malcolm Garrett of LaPorte, Indiana. Sosa's been training in tiny LaPorte, Indiana, up near the Michigan border for the past 6 weeks. He was there when Sammy Sosa, another Midwesterner, hit his 500th home run. Hey, Harold, how do you have it through 6?
Okay, Jim. I think Victoriano Sosa's making his fight a little bit closer. 4 rounds to 2, 58-56. Pretty boy Floyd Mayweather Jr. Jim, I tell you, the first 4 rounds of when Mayweather was completely in control. But the last 2 rounds, Victoriano Sosa has landed good, hard, solid power shots, just like you saw there. He's making it close.
And there's no question, George, he's targeting Mayweather's left shoulder and left arm, and just as you suggested it would, it's had an effect on the fight.
Jabs are going down. But he seemed to tell Mayweather, run backwards so I can fight you. As long as Mayweather's there, he doesn't do anything. A little punch, he's right where you want him, and he doesn't do anything.
Mayweather wobbles Sosa with the jab there.
Time! I think there's a slippery spot.
This could be a small break for Sosa if he was in fact stunned by that punch.
They're starting to slip. So we got to get somebody with 2 towels. So in the minute period,
you heard the referee enter at ringside to get some towels so that they can
clean it between rounds.
Yeah.
But now he's kind of advising them, well, don't fight on the wet spots, which is a bit unusual. Left hook lands to Sosa.
Only when Mayweather backs away. Nothing happens if Mayweather stays in that pocket.
Sosa is beginning to out-hustle Mayweather.
This is part of what happened to Mayweather in the first fight with Castillo when some ringside critics thought he'd lost. His activity level dropped in the second half of the fight, and that gave Castillo the opportunity to come on and throw more punches. Matador stuff. Pretty good.
You see, if Mayweather is not moving backwards, Sosa even goes back. That jab is starting to have some effects on Sosa now. His head is snapping back.
That was a good jab.
Stop! Break! Let's go!
George, you lend any credence to the notion that Mayweather really wants to fight Oscar De La Hoya?
Oh, a lot of credence. I mean, the more of a disadvantage that Mayweather has is better. He's a great fighter when someone else is on him, beating him. He can fight you good.
Is he strong enough to fight somebody like Oscar? 154-pound fighter?
Put on some weight, just don't dry out, just be natural. I think he'll come in at maybe 60 himself. Oscar's a great fighter.
I think he has as much chance against Oscar as Eric Morrell, the flyweight champ, would have against him.
May 2, tune in for the premiere of On the Record with Bob Costas. For season 3, it's all new, all night, or a new night, new time, new broader focus, new shows every Friday as part of HBO's late night entertainment lineup. It's A-list guests and A-list conversation from the worlds of sports, pop culture, and entertainment.
Have you ever used steroids?
No.
Would you ever consider them under any circumstances?
I don't have to.
On the Record, starting May 2, only on HBO.
Go mañana. Yeah. You must do it now. You must attacking, repeating, attacking, repeating. Mucho punches.
Floyd Mayweather's dominated the jab category. The last couple of rounds were more about power punching.
Sosa's corner is asking him for mucho punches.
In the 7th round, Mayweather only threw 27 punches. He landed 11. That's a high connect percentage, 41%. Sosa was only 6 out of 62. Can you win a round landing only 6 punches? Well, maybe if your opponent threw fewer than half the punches you did, because activity and aggression is one of the things that catches the eyes of judges.
Hands are free, manos libres.
Sosa keeps his left hand up pretty good. Mayweather's having a rough time aiming in a good right hand.
And Sosa has very good head movement, as you saw him duck a punch from Mayweather there.
Back to the body again, Mayweather. You try to go to the body 3 or 4 times to make the guy reach down and protect his body, and that's when you go to the head. But Mayweather doesn't consistently keep his jab in his body enough to make him drop his hand.
4 straight jabs for Mayweather. Between the guard, over the guard. Sosa slows down when Mayweather goes back to pumping the jab. Mayweather half blocking the right hand with his left shoulder there. Larry made a good point earlier about how well Floyd uses the left shoulder for defense. Now Floyd beginning to seize a little more of the initiative again as he goes back to throwing his jab with greater frequency.
If he shows any chance of backing up, Sosa takes advantage of it. And this is when a counter-puncher have a lot of trouble. He starts doing a lot better when he's moving forward, throwing shots, but he doesn't like it. That's what happened to Mayweather. He doesn't like it, being an aggressor. He just does not like it.
All right, stop. Nice,
well, his father, Floyd, himself essentially a defensive fighter, trained Floyd to be a largely defensive fighter, mostly a defensively oriented trainer, and some say a genius in that regard. But if you start thinking defense first, that's a mentality that goes through your whole career.
And when you're a header and you can beat a guy, if you go forward, you still can't do it because it's taking over your life.
There's a lot of cheering and excitement in the arena. You can tell that there are a large number of people here who may not have had an opportunity to go to a professional prize fight of this caliber before and are truly enjoying the chance. We've seen that in Portland, now here in Fresno, various places along the trail.
They see an upset.
You're going to have to work more. Okay. Man, I told me, see. Keep working. Okay, keep working. Keep fighting smart and keep working. Don't work. Keep working. Put him down here.
Keep your hands, baby.
Okay.
Keep up the pace, baby. Take it in your boxing.
Here's a look at a montage of defense, of the craftsmanship of Mayweather. That's a skill that he learned when he was almost just out of the crib, and very few fighters employ it as effectively and smoothly.
Down here. All right.
Of course, Floyd and his father split a couple of years back. Now he's trained by his uncle Roger, who also shepherded the early part of his professional career. Roger was more of an offensive fighter.
And more successful than Senior as a professional prize fighter.
Total in round 8, Mayweather 19 out of 30, Sosa 8 out of 53. And again, that question comes up. Could the guy who landed 8 out of 53 win a round from the guy who landed 19 out of 30? Sometimes it happens.
A lot of momentum. It changes things.
Crowd oohs and ahs for those punches that are landed by Sosa. They know that Mayweather's a huge favorite.
And I think they suspected they'd see a pushover tonight. They had no idea that Sosa would come in and give an account of himself like this.
Well, there's a lot of the general public that thinks that the competitive margins in boxing are wide. They're not. The competitive margins in boxing are by nature relatively small because this sport requires so much hard work, so much dedication, so much commitment over a long haul in the gym.
Yeah, you see a guy, what is the title fight doing in Fresno? Must not be anything, but this fight could have held its own anyway.
Stop!
So the fans here are getting a treat.
Mayweather back to the jabs. One at a time, one at a time. Sosa crawling more and more, jumping forward now.
See how well Mayweather does when he get to move and some activity going. Just doesn't be lazy. He can do a lot of things. He just sits. He truly would like to wait.
But he says he wants to be more of a crowd pleaser and fight more exciting. Simple fact of the matter is his very best and most effective style is not particularly crowd pleasing.
Unless he has a tiger at him.
That's right. Diego Corrales came after him, and he got him out of there in what was arguably his best fight.
He caught Angel Manfredi with early shots and knocked him out in 2. That looked sensational. But that was about Manfredi mistakes. Now Mayweather switches southpaw for the first time in the fight, and Sosa rakes him with a right hand to the body. And Mayweather switches right back.
It appears now that Mayweather has decided just to win the fight. Early on, he was looking to see if Sosa was vulnerable and was throwing a lot of big shots. Now he has settled back into his boxing style.
He's moving over. He's bobbing and weaving now, trying to get in a left hook to the body. Throwing power shots to the body. He didn't want to do that at first.
Wonder if he may live to regret that choice, given that one of the 3 judges here, Jack Woodburn of Canada, has only judged 1 previous title fight, not a particularly experienced judge.
Won that round. Won that round.
Once you be in first.
You got to be busy for it. You got to be busy, and you got to work. Okay? Work.
By the way, the other 2 judges are veterans Lou Filippo and Chuck Hassett of California. Larry?
Yeah, arguably the most effective punches that Mayweather has thrown tonight is that stiff, poleaxing jab.
I'm going to stay right there and do the next change with him. All right? All right here. Give me some. Okay. Give me some, okay? Okay. Hands be busy. Stay close to that move. Hands busy. All right?
So we've got 9 rounds in the book. Already, Victoriano Sosa of the Dominican Republic has thrown 120 more punches by CompuBox estimate than has Floyd Mayweather Jr. Harold, how do you have it through 9?
Okay, Jim, 6 rounds to 3, 87-84, Floyd Mayweather Jr. You know, he got off to that big 4-0 lead on my card. Sosa came back and looked terrific for 3 rounds. I thought he hammered Floyd for 3 rounds. But then the last 2 rounds, 8 and 9, somehow or another, his activity just stopped. Mayweather started popping him with jabs and won those 2 rounds.
Chopping right hand by Mayweather in that exchange was the most effective blow, but Sosa came back with several attempted punches. Now he pops Mayweather with a jab.
Yeah. The question now is, will Sosa open up so much that Mayweather will be able to hit him with a crushing punch?
Now there's a strange delay going on. Sosa thinks they're still fighting. Mayweather thinks they're wiping moisture up off the canvas, and the referee can't seem to decide exactly what it is they're doing. And there's a hard right hand across the top by Sosa.
Because Mayweather gets lazy in there. He's trying to maybe get a piece of tape or something off the bottom of his shoes. That's what happened. Get something stuck on the shoes and it aggravates. But he better wait until the bell rings and ask his corner to take it away. Let them do it.
One thing I noticed, Harold had it 6 rounds to 3. But if a judge saw the thing the same way as Harold up until the last 2 rounds and gave those 2 rounds to Sosa, not out of the question, he could be leading in the fight.
Mayweather's starting to connect with the right hand that has been elusive, that target has been elusive all night. Now he's connecting with the right hand. And I think that's all he needs to change things dramatically if he just gets with that right hand on top.
Good double left hook by Mayweather there. One up top, then the second one to the body.
He's getting the range for the right hand, Mayweather.
Sosa starting to throw fewer, maybe trying to load up the 1 punch.
I agree, Jim. That's what he's trying to do, just as he did against Spadafora now, something to change the course of the fight.
Well, that's not going to help him. The best way for him to fight would be to let his hands go and try to double Mayweather's punch output. Like that. Throw combinations.
That shoe shine has been there for both fighters all night. He was the first one to take advantage of it.
3 good jabs by Mayweather kept Sosa away for the moment. Then he bears in and drives Mayweather to the ropes. More good defense from Floyd. He really has the great feet.
Round 11. 2 rounds. 6 minutes. Dámele agua. 6 minutos. You want to be champion? Necessary. Hey, primero, destra. Muy importante. Hey, muy importante. Primero, destra. Okay? You gotta let this right hand go. Okay? Muy importante.
Está bien, vamos a seguir tirando. All right. All right, we need some work now. We need some work. That's all we need.
Somebody's gonna fall.
Give me some work. Work. Come on, man. Come on.
Vintage Mayweather round in the 10th. 18 out of 24 jabs, 75%. 7 out of 12 power shots. All in all, 25 out of 36. Sosa landed only a couple of punches in the round. Mayweather seems to have a possible working margin now. Last 2 rounds of the fight.
Bad thing about boxers, they always save some for the last 2 rounds. I've never appreciated that.
What do you mean, George? You think the aggressor runs out of steam at the end?
Yeah, a good boxer, he counts on 12 rounds. So he saved those last 2 rounds. He's got something left. Could have taken a guy out with the same stuff. Could have got a knockout if he just used that reserve that he was holding back for. He could have gotten a knockout earlier.
Hey, speaking of stamina, remember where you were 12 years ago today, George?
12 years today.
You fought Evander Holyfield in Atlantic City 12 years ago tonight.
That's why I couldn't remember.
What a memorable fight that was.
I got hit too many times.
You hit him a few times yourself, big guy.
Yeah, he didn't hold much back, George.
Thrilling fight. And even though lost by George Foreman, a victory of sorts, it legitimized him as a heavyweight contender in his 2nd career.
But Mayweather's weaving now, trying to get to that body. Sosa's kind of hold back, protecting his side now. And that's when those left jabs start getting you, when you start trying to protect your body.
I think you can probably count the number of serious body punches that Mayweather has thrown in this fight on 1, maybe 2 hands.
He got in one good in this particular round. There's another one.
And there's another one, right hand to the body by Mayweather.
The guy drops his hand now. Sosa's hands are down a little bit. That's what you want.
And for the first time in the fight, Sosa looks a little weary. As he lands a right hand across the top, but his arms are dropping. He doesn't appear to have the same stiffness that he's shown throughout the fight.
Mayweather's tapping on that body a little bit at a time. That hurts.
You can see as he goes backwards, Sosa just not as sure in his footing as he has been through most of the fight. Mayweather has broken him down a little bit with constant, solid contact.
Marching him down, they call it with that jab now. Marching him. You throw the jab, and then the guy thinks he's coming again, and you start throwing the right hand. That right hand has not been there all night for Mayweather. It's there now.
Sosa's hands have gotten slower, and Mayweather is now able to land more or less at will. That was a very easy round for Floyd Mayweather.
You gonna fight, you don't like it when you walking to him. Keep walking to him. That's how you beat a ball. Right now, take advantage of this. Beat the ball. Keep moving back.
Tú tienes que darle un knockdown o pisar un knockout. Okay.
You gotta let the right hand go first from outside.
Tú tienes que tirar de la derecha, de afuera. Tiene de la derecha.
Very important. Let the right hand go first from outside.
Give me combination. We don't need that one jab, so we need combination.
Keep your hand busy.
Keep your hand busy. You grind him out, okay?
Well, over the long haul, class tells, going into the 12th round by CompuBox numbers, Floyd Mayweather has landed 59% of his jabs, almost 60%, and 55% of his total punches. And Sosa is landing only 14% of his total punches, even though throwing many more than Mayweather. Harold, how do you have it coming to the last round?
Okay, Jim. 106, 103, 7 rounds to 4. Floyd Mayweather Jr. No doubt about that 11th round. You know, somehow or another, at crunch time, Floyd Mayweather Jr. is great. He really is. Starts to land that jab and whacks Sosa with a right hand. Sosa's huffing and puffing at this point. I love that shoe shine in round 10, though. I just couldn't score against that. I'm glad George recognized it.
This has not been the sensational victory that Mayweather had hoped for, but it's a very good win against an eager opponent.
Mayweather, if he had only gambled the 11th round, he could have had a knockout. It's right there for him tonight, but he's cautious, too cautious.
Does it matter, George? Is it important enough to get a knockout?
Yeah, he should leave us with a knockout tonight. He want to talk about fighting the big boys. Give us something to talk about.
Crowd up on its feet.
They want him to do it.
I think they're rooting for Sosa to do something. They believe it's a closer fight than it probably is.
This is when guys like Oscar De La Hoya, they'll go for you. They will try to clean you out. They don't even like decisions. He's right there for Mayweather. All he has to do is take a gamble.
But you saw the counterpuncher in his soul as he made Sosa miss and danced away.
That's right. Put on your dancing shoes tonight.
Once a boxer, always a boxer.
And let me tell you, Mayweather pops. He carries some punching power around, but he doesn't seem to want to use it tonight.
Well, he reduces himself often to landing one punch at a time.
You know, most of his sensational wins were at 130. Since moving up to 135, this is his third fight, and he hasn't been able to put a serious dent into his opponents as a full lightweight.
He could have gotten a knockout tonight. I tell you that. He just wouldn't. The power, everything is there.
Well, it'll be interesting to hear what Floyd tells us about this, assuming he gets the decision win that he appears to deserve.
I had Mayweather winning 9 rounds to 3.
And Harold Letterman has Mayweather winning 8 rounds to 4. So we'll see what the 3 official judges say. Chuck Hassett and Lou Filippo, both of them longtime California judges with very deep dossiers. It's the 55th title fight for Filippo and the 69th title fight for Hassett. But the third judge, Jack Woodburn of Canada, has only judged one previous title fight. That was Jones-Woods in Portland, Oregon. Not a terribly difficult fight to judge. And, of course, it wound up being a TKO 6 for Jones, so scorecards weren't critical on that particular night. You heard Larry say that he thought the crowd perceived it to be a closer fight. Some of that, of course, probably wishful thinking. You're not going to get to go to that many big-time prize fights in your life. You want it to be close.
I think not. They were pulling for Mayweather. He had a knockout right there on the table.
I felt so, too. I kind of felt like the crowd was standing up because they were hoping Floyd would go ahead and reward them with a knockout.
Reward them. That's what he would have done tonight, giving them a reward by getting a knockout.
I can't always figure out where I stand on these George Foreman versus Larry Merchant debates, but this time I think I'm with you.
Oh, great. Larry, I got you.
Well, it's rare. Last week I was with him. Bob Arum standing above us and smiling as Mayweather charts another win. The on-again, off-again promoter-fighter relationship there will be good if Mayweather won. Let's go to Michael Buffer for the official particulars.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the scorecards. Chuck Hassett scores the contest 118 to 110. Lou Filippo scores at 119 to 109. And John Woodburn scores at 118 to 110. All for the winner by unanimous decision, and still the WBC